Alright, grade 12. So we are still under simplifying trig ratios, and we are going through the must knows, right? So one of the most important things that you guys must know, how to find out your special angles, right? I know there's a different way of knowing your special angles without using a calculator, because we have those questions that ask us to simplify the trig ratio without using a calculator, right? So let's say that you were given, let's just find out if you were given 360, not 360, man. Let us just say, guys, okay, let me say that you were given sine 315. Yeah, let us say you were given sine 315. Okay, so keep in mind that this is just an example of when this comes in handy, the special angles, why you need to know them. So they'll give you sine 315, and then they say simplify without using a calculator. So what you need to do first is to find out what angles were added or subtracted for you to get a 315, right? So you'll say sine 360 minus 45. They say 360 minus 45, right? So 360 minus 45 will give you sine this 315. Okay, but now remember, you need to reduce this first. So remember the cast diagram, right? If you remember the cast diagram, all students take care. And what happens in the fourth quadrant, we have 360 minus theta. But now remember that only cos is positive there. So over here we will say minus sine 45, right? We have minus sine 45 in there. Why did you say minus sine 45? Because in the fourth quadrant, that is where we have sine 3. That is when we in the fourth quadrant, that is where we have 360 minus an angle, and only cos is positive there. But in our case, we had sine as right, grade 12. So now what you just need to do is to find out what this is equal to, what is sine 45 is, without using a calculator. So I drew these graphs, which I'm going to show you how you can do them without a calculator, or how you can just memorize how to draw them, right? So here we need to find out what is sine 45. So you just go on this triangle that has 45 and 45. You look for the sine ratio. Sine is equal to opposites over hypotenuse, right? So for sine, right, opposites over hypotenuse. So what you're going to have there is opposite, which is 1 over root 2. Alright, so this is what 315 will be equal to, but don't forget to say minus, right? So this will be your answer, right? So if you put it in your calculator and sine 315, right, if you say sine 315, your answer in the calculator, right, will give you minus root 2 over 2, right? So this answer is from a calculator. So that's how they can tell that you cheated or you use a calculator, is when your answer is not simplified, because the simplest form of this is when you have this, right? So that's the simplest form of that. So guys, you need to know these diagrams. Let me show you how you can memorize them. So let me just erase this. Okay, so if you cheat, they can find out that you did, okay, because calculators do not simplify these ratios. Okay, so let me just erase this. Okay, so guys, this I'm going to show you how you can, because these are the only important ones that you need to know. So let me help you out and how you do them. Okay, so easy. How you do this is simple. Let me show you. Okay, so special angles there. Always do this when you are required to use find your special angles. First, what you just gotta do is draw two triangles, right? Draw two triangles. So this is the first one, right? So put 45 here, and then put 45 there, and then just say if you have two 45 angles, that means you just need to have one this side, one this side, and then the longer side will be root 2, like that. And then the other one, I mean, I'm just repeating it, but you know, easy. So here you're gonna have 60 over here. In the corner there you must have 60. But now over here, you must have 30. So you will treat it as if you chopped you divided 60 in half. So that angle has to be 30. And then you're gonna start with 1, and you go 2, and then this side will have to be 3, but it won't be longer than the hypotenuse. It will have to be root 3, which is longer than 1, but smaller than the 2. All right, so thank you guys for watching. See you again in the next video when we are doing exam questions and examples, and don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And